5 minutes. It's a 2-point game.
Welcome back to Conscious Fever, hosted by Carl Price. You are listening to Conscious Fever, hosted by Carl Price.
It's the best of the best. It's the one and only DJ Ice, Louisville's coldest DJ.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
Hey, good evening. Welcome to Conscious Fever here on ICE Entertainment Television and Conscious Fever Radio. I am Carl Price, your host. Welcome to the show tonight. I don't know why that happened, but it happened, and here we are. Hopefully everybody's doing okay tonight. We are here live here in Louisville, Kentucky. We got a lot going on. We're trying to keep up with the University of Kentucky game because they are not winning. This is another bracket buster. UK is number 5 in the bracket, Paul. 2? They're number 3. They are a number 3 in the bracket, and they're not doing too well. They're not doing too well tonight, so we're going to stick around and see if UK is going to end up losing. Not that I want UK to lose, because Louisville's not there. Louisville obviously is not there because Louisville doesn't have a coach. So anyway, welcome to the show. We're going to talk about Republicans tonight. Paul's going to talk about the Republicans and the
You are listening to
We're going to talk about tonight this topic: Biden impeachment scandal and March Madness 2024. And there is some madness going on right now. The score is 67 to 65 with 4 minutes and 3 seconds left. 14 seed Oakland is up on the University of Kentucky, now 2 points, and it's 3:55 left. So anyway, not right beside me, but somewhere here in the studio is Paul Mullins. He is watching. Somewhere in the studio is Paul Mullins, and he is watching. God, I don't like the way I look on this screen, so I'm gonna do some things here. Anyway, he is here in the studio. Paul, how you doing tonight?
Doing all right, man. Trying to watch this game.
Trying to watch the game. Yeah, that is that's interesting, man. The game is.
It was 65-67. I don't know what it is now. I don't have a screen in front of me, but
it is. We can tell you what the score is. Oh, well, it's a commercial now. So anyway, so we are also following live. We are following the UK game live, and so I'm sure y'all are watching the game as well. And we'll just try to get somewhere in terms of checking out the score. So anyway, I'm going to take a quick break, and when I come back, Paul and I are going to dive into this topic you see under me, which is Biden impeachment scandal and March Madness 2024. I'm Carl Price. It's Conscious Fever on ICE Entertainment Television, Conscious Fever Radio. I'll be right back.
You are listening to Conscious Fever, hosted by Carl Price. You are listening to Conscious Fever, hosted by Carl Price.
All right, welcome back to Conscious Fever here on ICE Entertainment Television, Conscious Fever Radio. I am Carl Price, your host. And look at here. You see that the NCAA tournament is going on, and we are here and we are talking about the NCAA tournament. We're going to try to keep you up on what's going on in the tournament. If you see in front of me, you can probably see this little mini iPad in front of me because we are watching the game. There is, March, Paul, is really, really madness. It's really, really madness.
That's a cliche.
I mean, you look at, can you bring Paul in? You look at Virginia, for instance. Virginia lost by, how many points did Virginia lose by?
34. I mean, it's more than 25.
I mean, it was really kind of ridiculous how they lost.
They look terrible.
I can do it.
They apparently. I don't know what happened, but I didn't care. I never liked Virginia. Their style of play is slow and boring, and I didn't care if they won or lost. I mean, it's hard as look. Let's just put it all out there. It's hard watching the tournament when Louisville's not in it.
Louisville is not in it.
It's hard.
So what do you think is going to happen with this University of Kentucky game, man? I mean, right now the score is 68 to 65. It's 3 minutes and 55 seconds left. Oakland is
69 now.
It's now 69 because Oakland, it was at the foul line. Oakland just hit a shot. UK's coming down, but this is a dangerous stretch for UK.
Yes.
And it's going to be. Oh, they lost the ball. Is that right?
I don't know. I can't see it. But
okay.
Thanks for telling me.
Yeah, UK just turned the ball over. So this is the stuff.
They're going to lose. They haven't had control of this game the entire game.
Oh, is that what it is?
No, they haven't had. I've been watching it. They haven't had control of the game the whole game, and it comes down to UK's. I think he's a freshman point guard Reeves or something. I don't know who their team is, but their point guard's having a.
How about Dillingham?
Game. Who?
Dillingham is the guy for real.
I don't know
Kentucky.
I don't know who Kentucky's players are, but but the other team, Oakland, has a player who's just going off. I think he's hit like 9 or 10 threes, and it's like, how do you combat for that when you're, supposed to be the better team, and somebody just comes out and there's 9 3-pointers. He got 27 points, and
I was listening
probably not getting paid much.
Yeah, I was listening to the commentators earlier, and one of the things the commentators were saying was that this was going to be the game of the night, Oakland and the University of Kentucky Wildcats, because they matched up so well, even though Oakland is a 14 seed.
Oakland was out rebounding them early in the game, and Kentucky did not look like the higher. Now that there's NIL, we can just say it. Kentucky didn't look like the higher paid team, and at the end of the day, what does this really say about college basketball now? Because the parity has been it's nothing like college football, where in college football, you got 10 teams that can win a national championship, and everybody knows it.
They just missed. Well, the score right now, Paul, with 3 minutes and 30 seconds left, is 71-65 Oakland.
Kentucky's going to lose. They haven't had control. They're going to need some heroic luck. They haven't had control of this game the entire game. They've been down almost the entire time. Go ahead. Give me another report.
Let me see. Oh, I think Oakland just turned the ball over. Is that the game right there, or is that something else? No, this is the game. Well, no, that's something else.
Okay.
Oakland just turned the ball over, 71-65. They got a rebound. I think the guy traveled or something. Let's see what happened.
But UK
should have been a foul over the back. Oh, he fouled the UK player.
But UK may not score 71 points. That's the thing about it. There's 3 minutes to go.
So you think this game is over? Okay, so UK has the ball right under the basket now.
I don't think the game's over. I think that this is a
20-second shot clock. Oh, he got away. Oh, they didn't get it to him. Oh, is it over and back? No, I guess it's not. Okay, so
now I'm gonna have to pull this game up on my phone.
So Creighton won today. It's 77-60.
I picked Creighton.
Arizona won 85. Kentucky shoots and hits a 3-pointer. It is now 71-68 Oakland. 3 minutes and 2 seconds left.
3-point game. But I mean, it's at the end of the day, if Kentucky loses, the real question is,
did they get it right?
Well, not that they get it right, but how does Cal get treated? Because he hasn't won.
Not a smart 3-pointer by Oakland. Now here comes the star of the show, Dillingham. He takes it all the way, and he doesn't score. Oakland has the ball back. It is now 2 minutes and 30 seconds left. Oakland with the ball, 71-68 is the score. Here's your best prediction, Paul, and the best bet if Oakland doesn't turn the ball over.
It's 2 minutes to go. It's a one-possession game. I can't say who's going to win, but like I said, UK may not score 71 points.
You don't think UK is going to score 71 points?
I didn't say that. I said they just might.
Well, if they don't score 71 points in the game, then you've just predicted the game. Oh my God, what a good shot.
Did he make it?
73-68, Oakland. Now Kentucky is back down the floor really, really quick. Reeves has the ball and he's driving. He stops. He looks around. He misses. But UK gets the offensive rebound. Now Dillingham has the ball, steps back with a 3, and he hits it.
Oh, sound like
it is now 71-73. That is the score. 1 minute and 39 seconds left.
Like you got
I think it's too close. I think it's really, really too close now for us to say. I'm convinced that Kentucky is probably going to win this thing now.
You're convinced?
I'm convinced.
Well, you think some?
They miss. Kentucky now has the ball. It's a minute and 20. Oh, Oakland has stolen the ball. They have the ball. 3 on. Oh, and there's a foul. Okay, so it was like 3 on 1. Mm-hmm. Reeves just fouled. It is 73-71. Reeves 1 minute and 17 seconds left. And Oakland is going to the foul line.
Reeves has had a terrible game.
And they threw. Kentucky just threw a bad pass, Paul, and Oakland stole it. Oakland is fighting to the end. Reeves.
I wouldn't say Oakland's fighting to the end. I'm saying Kentucky's fighting to the end. Oakland's been beating them.
I mean, the effort has not slowed down for Oakland. Oakland hits the free throw. 1 minute and 17 seconds left. 74-71 Oakland. So it is now clearly a one-possession game. It could be now a two-possession game.
I got 75-71.
I got 74. Yeah, 75-71 now. He hit both free throws.
It's a two-possession game. That's something stupid.
Kentucky has a 1-3 record in the last 4 NCAA tournament games under Calipari. Okay, Kentucky has the ball. They got him and where he wants him for a three-pointer, and he hits the three-pointer. Dillingham is bad.
Yeah, Kentucky.
It's now a 1-point game with exactly 1 minute left. 75-71.
That's
Oakland's
hard
ball
right there.
under the basket.
Keep it out of
They
the Reeves.
get the ball in,
Keep it out of Reeves' hands.
and there is no foul. Get over. Oakland is over the 10-second line. Oh, man, this is going down to the wire. It is now
You gotta
40
show me this.
seconds left.
You're gonna have to show me the screen.
It is one.
Can I find it?
Then I can't do the play-by-play.
I can't find the
Oakland
game.
is working it. They throw it out. There's a three-pointer. Oh, that's a dagger. It is 78-74. 28 seconds left. Timeout. Now you can see it. This is absolutely. You can actually take it off and take it over there, Paul. If you want.
Sorry.
You're gonna have to give me the no.
Sorry.
Let Paul give the rest of the play-by-play.
I don't give it.
Here, take it over, Paul.
He's been doing a good job. I don't know these players' names.
No, I don't know their names either.
You seem
but
to. You're doing a good job.
God, man, this is effing believable.
I can't.
Y'all, so we are live here in Louisville, Kentucky. We have an interest in the game. I see the everybody's texting OMG because of the game. Live, March Madness 2024. I mean, Paul, we were talking earlier. Madness is an understatement for this tournament. I mean, already, we saw Virginia get blown out. We saw. I mean, who's falling next? Who's falling next? It looks like UK is going to fall tonight. Now I think a prediction is in line.
Is that the only upset?
No. Well, Virginia wasn't upset, even though that was a Tuesday game. Virginia wasn't upset. Purdue lost?
Purdue lost?
Get out of here.
Grambling.
They didn't lose to HBCU Grambling.
They lost to Grambling.
Oh, wow.
No, that's who they play next.
Oh, that's who they play next. But you can't just say that.
Yes.
Iowa State is leading. Drake is leading. Michigan State won. Here we go, Paul.
I got Michigan State in the Final 8.
Duquesne won, beat BYU by 3 points by one shot. Creighton beat Akron. Akron has a pretty good team this year. Arizona, of course, beat Long Beach State. Okay, here we go. UK has the ball, Paul. It is now 25 seconds left in the game.
They can't win.
It's a 4-point game. The white guy, he misses. I don't mean the white guy. I don't know his name. And now Oakland gets the rebound and UK fouls.
That's it.
Oakland, with 18.1 seconds left in the game, is going back to the foul line.
Yeah, they're gonna lose. I don't feel sorry for Cal, but
You don't feel sorry for Cal.
I don't feel sorry for Cal.
You don't like Cal, do you?
No, it's not that I don't like him. I just don't feel sorry for. I don't feel sorry for him. I'm not a UK
asking
fan.
you, why is it that you don't like Cal, man?
I don't dislike him. He's the UK's coach. I just don't care if he wins or loses. I don't feel sorry for him.
You are a graduate of.
Why
Did
you
he
bring it
use
up?
profanity on the
Why
show?
did you
You are a
bring that
graduate
up?
of the University of Kentucky.
I am, and a graduate of the University of Louisville.
I know,
So-
but the University of Louisville is not playing. In fact, the University of Louisville doesn't have a coach. So what we're looking at, I mean, last week we were talking about maybe Paul could coach the University of Louisville. Remember, we were talking about that, right? But anyway, Paul, here we go. He's at the foul line. There's 18.1 seconds
over.
left. The game is stopped. If he hits this free throw, this game is all but over for the University of
When he
Kentucky.
gets 2 of them, he's going to hit 1 of them. They've been hitting all of
Well,
them.
if he hits 1, the game is definitely over. It is definitely a major 2-possession game. Oh, he misses it.
Well,
He hits the front of the rim. One more.
So
All you
now-
have to do is just
so
hit
now
one.
They got 2 3-pointers.
18 seconds left. You're probably going to win it anyway, but the Wildcats may have a miracle. Here goes the second one. That goes in. It's a 5-point game. It is now 15 seconds left in the game. Here comes the white
Kentucky
guard
needs to go
again.
for
I don't
2.
know his name. And Dillingham or Reeves has the ball. He's dribbling too much. Now a center shoots from way out, and Oakland gets the ball. And he's forced out of bounds, but they give it to the University of Kentucky.
How many
With
seconds?
4.9 seconds left, UK is losing by 5.
They ain't going to win.
Where do they play? Where has this game been played at? What city?
I don't know.
All those fans are going to have to come back disappointed, and I think the writing is on the wall now.
They're going to be mad at Cal.
Well,
His system ain't work. The dribble drive system just doesn't work anymore. And early in the game, I don't know what kind of defense they were playing late in the game, but they were playing a 1-3-1 zone defense, and UK's just trying to penetrate and dribble into it, and they couldn't.
it is March Madness, y'all, here in Louisville, Kentucky, and all across this nation. And it looks like University of Kentucky is coming back to
Home.
Lexington, or going home. Well, we're not in Lexington. We're in Louisville. You can see the tag up there. But it looks like they are going
That's
back.
embarrassing.
Huh?
That's
You think it's embarrassing?
3-14 seed, yes, embarrassing. There's not been very many. Not very many 3 seeds have lost to the 14.
Wow. And take me back to the screen, if you don't mind, sir. Because the clock is not showing on this screen, and I don't know why. Let's put
I'm looking
this.
it up.
Okay, there we go. All right, you can do what you want, producer. So anyway, they're looking at the call.
In the entire history,
They're looking at the call, so they are actually determining whether UK actually gets the ball back. This is an
4
official
seconds,
review
though.
with 4.9 seconds.
it's not enough time.
UK is losing by 5 points.
You can score 5 points in 4 seconds.
You said what?
They're not going to score 5 points in 4 seconds unless there's...
Okay, let's think this through.
You'd have to get a quick 3 or a quick 2. Then you'd have to get a steal
Oh,
on
yeah,
the
it did
inbound.
hit him. I think this is UK's ball. What are they looking for?
A 14 seed has only beat the 3 seed 22 times in the
Okay, they
entire...
put some more time on the clock, Paul. There's 5.1 seconds left.
Oh.
The ball has been given to the University of Kentucky under their basket.
So they need a quick 2.
And they got
need
it.
They need to get a steal and
And there's a
three-pointer.
timeout. It is 3.9 seconds left.
And what's the score?
79 to 76.
Okay.
So a quick foul, and hopefully that
turnover.
Oakland would, or turnover, because
If
that's
I'm
possible.
Oakland, I throw it the length of the court.
Yeah, because by the time you get it and try to foul,
Not gonna get
even
the
if
shot.
even if Kentucky steals it, it's not enough time.
Right.
It is enough time for a Hail Mary, but I'm not sure if it's enough time for them to mobilize and actually do anything that's worthwhile.
If they had a 2-point game right now, you'd have a chance. But right now, if they hit one free throw, the game's over.
Yeah. So what do you think?
I think Kentucky gonna lose.
I know. I think we all know that.
Yeah, but I mean,
What about? Cal's future. They're not going to get rid of Cal, right?
they're gonna grumble and groan. They love Cal, but they see how hard it is for us to get another coach. And that not the problem, but what I really wish that happened is that they got rid of Cal and they taken our coach.
Take Kenny Payne.
Yeah, they could have had Kenny Payne.
Oh, these UK fans don't look good, man. Wow.
You see they're showing their faces.
Yeah. And I apologize, you all, for referring to the shooter as the white guy. I just don't know his name, but that was my only definite.
Couldn't you just say the UK player? Wouldn't that be?
Well,
political?
the UK player, but I
Does he have a number
I
on
wanted
his
to say
jersey?
Reeves and
Does he have
Dillingham,
does he
but
have
I
a
can't
number on
see
his
it.
jersey?
But I can't see it. He's not in
He's
now.
the white boy now.
No, he's number 15. I shouldn't have
okay.
said that. I should have identified him by his number or something.
Do you want me to look it up for you?
No, it's not necessary. Oakland has the game. It's 3.9 seconds left. Oakland is doing something funky. They got the ball. They got a foul. It's 3.9 seconds. No time.
How's
Went
that
off the
possible?
clock. How is that possible?
It's not. All they need to do is go up and hit one free throw and then throw it off the rim and the game's over.
Do you know what city they're playing in?
No, I knew it at first, but now I don't. It's in the South, right?
You think it's in the South? Our producer's going to find out what city this game has been played in. This is very interesting. Well, listen, to all my faithful University of Kentucky fans, this is unfortunate that a 14 seed would take the University of Kentucky out, and he misses the front end of the free throw. All he has to do is hit it
All he has to
to
do is hit
nail it.
one.
If he hits one, the game
bucking up.
is officially over. So this is the same guy. Oh, it's a timeout. They're going to ice him. Calipari's going to ice him. Wow.
I don't know where it is. I don't have the bracket in front of me.
Wow. It is in, you might be on the camera.
Paints Arena?
Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh, okay.
That was a good trip to Pittsburgh for the University of Kentucky fans. I mean, Pittsburgh, what is Pittsburgh?
it's not in the
Do they have
South,
good
is it?
restaurants? They have a lot of
Midwest.
steel. They have,
I've never been to Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh has a lot of steel. Well, y'all can enjoy the steel. Oh, my God. They all look so disappointed. Yeah, I mean,
Well, then if they hit a 3 and they go in overtime, then that's just that Kentucky look.
it's not Kentucky's ball. This guy is going. Oakland's.
Even if he misses it, they got to get it down
Oakland is
court
at
and
the
take.
free throw line. It's 3.9 seconds. Now, if you want to talk about some madness, then Kentucky will win this game with some madness. But short of some
I mean,
madness,
Christian
Kentucky's not going
Laettner
to win
won.
this game.
Remember, they won with.
Yeah, but there was a little bit different situation. Kentucky had the ball. I mean, Duke had the ball. Duke threw it in and got the shot.
Let me look at the stats. Real
Okay,
quick.
so here we go. Here's the free throw. Here's the free throw, Paul. He hits it. The game is over. The game is over. Calipari takes his last timeout. It is 80-76. Now, Calipari is. Why didn't he teach Kenny Payne about these timeouts, managing these timeouts? Remember, Kenny Payne had timeouts in his pocket like he was at a casino, and he could cash them like chips at the end of the game. But right now, it's not the case. Calipari, this is a good look for the fans, man, but I don't know what you can drum up in 3.9 seconds when you're 4 points behind. It's just not going to happen.
I don't think you drum up anything. So,
No,
what's their point guard? What's Kentucky's point guard name?
I don't know, but I know the two really good players are Reeves and
Reeves.
Dillingham.
All right.
You think they'll go pro?
Yeah, they'll probably still go pro. They just had a bad
Good
game.
evening, Troy, Dean, Michigan. You can bring us to the comment. You can bring us to the comments. Oh, wait a minute. We don't even have our comment screen up.
Reeves has.
There we go.
Reeves has 27 points. I thought he was having a bad game.
Paul, why did
No,
you
that's
send
the
us
wrong
a
player.
text? Comments at the very end.
Who is Kentucky's point guard?
No,
John?
you got to hit the. Okay, yes. Hold on. Let's get rid of these. Hold on. Here we go. They throw the ball in. They get it. It's over. Kentucky loses.
Okay,
let's not.
Number
knock all these
15
out.
number 15 is Shepard. He's supposed to be a superstar, but not today.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well,
He only got 3 points today, and he normally averages. He's 19 years old, so he's a kid. That's the white boy you was talking about. He's the star player.
let's not refer to him by his race, please.
You said it. I'm just telling you who he is. He's 19 years old. I don't watch UK basketball, but he's the point guard that was having a bad game.
So in our comments, Troy, Dean of Michigan, Lawrence, he says, good evening. Good evening, Troy, and good evening to you, man. We were just doing a play-by-play live. Calipari's coming home. The UK fan faithfuls are not happy. They cannot be happy. I got to be honest with you.
Shocking.
Let's see. You going to be in Michigan for that summer conference. I'm shooting that way. Yes, Troy, I'm going to do my best. When is it, by the way? Y'all don't tell me anything anymore. I guess I'm an old dried-up former president. Y'all don't tell me anything anymore. But in any case, yeah, Oakland has won. The fans are loving it. The coach is talking to the commentator now. And it is...
They got a player on their team who scored 32 points. And probably he's probably got no NIL money until now.
Who? Oakland number 3?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing. So, Paul, what is your take on this?
What do you mean, what's my take on this? March Madness, I love it.
April 6th.
April 6th. Is that the tournament, the final game?
Take us back to the comment part.
Is that the final game?
He says, let's see, the comment says, is that PPU there? Is that a new one? Here we go. Yeah.
What is it?
There we go. Okay, it's April 6th. Yes, I'm going to check my calendar and see if I can make it up. Is it in Detroit or is it in somewhere else in Michigan? Let me know that in the comments. Yeah, it is an upset,
Wait.
Troy.
April.
No, April 6th is that's an AB conversation. Just see your way out of this.
Oh,
one,
okay. I'm in the conversation. I'm on the screen.
Okay.
You asked me the
Anyway,
question.
let's
What do
just
I
go
think?
back away from the screen. We can come back to the comments. But Paul, so give me your take on this, man. I mean, now we can recap the whole year for the University of Kentucky basketball.
I can't recap the whole year because I didn't follow Kentucky
No,
basketball.
but listen, UK had extremely high expectations. Remember preseason, they were in the top 3, if I'm not mistaken.
They always have high expectations.
No. But Detroit Conference, I'll be there at 4, 5, and 6. Fight back out of Cleveland. A flight back out of Cleveland on the 6th. Okay, got you, Troy. We'll show that comment here in just a second. But listen, Paul, let's talk about this, man. I mean, has Calipari disappointed the last 4 years?
Yeah, obviously. I mean,
Why do you say that?
if I'm a UK fan, they measure their season's success by how far they go in the tournament. They haven't gone very far. They've been bounced out the last 4 years. I think they're going to be disappointed. They haven't won a title in 10 years, so I mean that ain't what normal schools do. But at UK, that's a problem.
Yeah.
They haven't been in the Final Four, and how long's it been? It's been more than 10. Has it been about 10 years? Let me see. John Walls. He seems like he's about to retire from the NBA practically.
Yeah.
I can't think of the last team they had in the Final Four.
The John Wall looks old too.
Well, it's 10.
Yeah, they are playing in Pittsburgh. Let's see. So Oakland next gets either number 11 seed or number 6 seed, but that 11 seed is North Carolina State, which has that big boy.
I didn't rate the ACC very high. I could be wrong, but I just didn't rate them that high in my brackets.
Well, North Carolina State was playing pretty good. I mean, they beat North Carolina in the ACC tournament. Yeah, I think that was the dagger. Yeah, that was a dagger. So anyway, that game is history. But before we go, Paul, I just want to ask about this because I can continue to watch the games. I think another game is coming on. Oh my God, he's disappointed. The UK player is disappointed. I want to talk honestly, Paul, just for a couple of minutes before we go to a commercial. I know they're not, but should the University of Kentucky evaluate John Calipari? Is John Calipari now old? I mean, is now the Calipari thing an old thing?
So, when you say old, John Calipari is 65, but if you're talking about...
No, I'm not talking about age. I'm talking about, we know Calipari. We knew Calipari when he was at Memphis, when he was on the East Coast at whatever that school was. He was on the...
UMass.
He was at UMass. We know Calipari. The NCAA coaches know Calipari. Calipari didn't have a great reputation coaching basketball. Even when he had, who did he have there at the University of Memphis? He had the guy that went to the NBA. Really, really good guy. He's a coach now. He's a coach at the University of Memphis.
For Chicago. Oh, Rose?
No, not Rose. But anyway.
Derrick Rose, he did have
No, it's not Derrick Rose. It's not. He's coaches the University of Memphis now. Anyway, y'all know his name. Y'all can churn in and tell me his name. But here's the thing. Everybody knew that Calipari had a way of getting players that was not completely legal. So I guess the question I'm asking, Paul, is that when you think about this, the Calipari system is we bring the best players. And when you take the risk of doing that, bringing the best players, what you're doing is basically giving an expectation to your fans that we're always going to win this thing.
Yeah. So
and that's a problem.
So I looked up Penny Hardaway.
That was his name.
Penny Hardaway didn't play for Calipari.
He didn't, but he came from University of Memphis, right?
Right, but he didn't play.
Okay, so maybe that other coach was there. But in any case, but let's just say this: Calipari comes from University of Memphis to the University of Kentucky. Calipari has done great, but the biggest criticism is that when you have the best horses in the race, when you have the secretariats on the basketball court all the time, every year, and you don't win, are we now really seeing the real... No, let me finish, Paul. Let me ask my question. Are we now really seeing the real Calipari?
No. What's going on in college basketball is really quite simple. More and more players, superstar players, are going to the NBA and skipping school. Back when Calipari had the system of I'm going to get the best players, he truly got the best players. Think of the players he got. Who was on that team? John Wall, Cousins, Anthony Davis. Who else was on that team? Townsend, I believe. I can't remember because I'm not a UK fan. But he had all that superstar talent, which could be an NBA starting team today. You can't get that in college basketball hardly anymore because all the superstar players, who could compete with a LeBron James or Anthony Davis, they go straight to the pros. So now you're stuck with players who are marginally better. I wouldn't say marginally, but not that much better than the other players. So now you got to be a good coach. And his system of I'm going to get the best players, it just hasn't. That whole dribble drive and getting the best players, it just hasn't been working for the last 10 years. And maybe Louisville should have recognized that before we got our last coach. Yeah.
Hey, but listen, but let's talk about expectations. Do you agree with me that University of Kentucky fans have had high expectations because of the type of talent that Calipari brings to the University of Kentucky?
No, UK had high expectations before Calipari.
Okay, but
I mean,
Paul,
look,
but
I
what
don't
I'm
like
saying-
UK, but UK is a top 10
Well,
basketball program.
I'm
They
not-
expect to win, just like
I don't
we
hate
expect to
UK.
win.
I like UK's okay with me.
You
But
got
what-
me defending UK.
No. But no. Oh, he said kiss my ass.
You
on
got
my-
me
on
defending
my-
UK.
Well, I mean, I'm just listen. But Paul, here's the thing.
I ain't gonna sit
My
here and
question
shoot
is a
him
very
down.
simple question. You do agree with me that the expectations under Calipari have been much higher than under some of the other coaches, like
No,
Tubby
I
Smith,
disagree.
like Joby. Okay, all right.
They fired Tubby Smith after 3
No,
years
I
and he won a
understand that,
championship.
Paul. But listen to my question, Paul. Please listen to my question. This is how we get off
I'm
on this
listening
tangent.
to your question. I
My
just don't
question
agree
is that
with your answer.
how many? Okay, well, let me ask the question this way: how many other coaches before Calipari were bringing in the top 5 players? In other words, Calipari was attracting all of the top 10. His starting 5 were the top 10 national players coming out of high school.
Rick Pitino.
So okay. Rick Pitino did not attract the
Yes,
talent.
he did.
No, okay.
Mashburn went to the pros.
No, I didn't ask about the ones that went to the pro. I'm talking about the ones that were McDonald's All-American back then, because that was the thing.
Rick
McDonald's All-American and all of them. And Rick Pitino had his fair share.
He
But what
had
I'm saying is that
as
when
many.
you have this class like Calipari had, you can't tell me that their expectations shot up. I know the University of Kentucky fans have very, very high expectations, even if they have a monkey
so you
team.
think
I understand that,
their expectations shut up higher than when Rick Pitino had them?
Yes, I do. When
I don't think
Calipari
so.
had him, yes, because I think Calipari.
I don't think so.
Okay, well, we can agree to disagree.
I went there.
I think that many people. Now I know you went there.
I mean, the UK fans expect UK to win the championship.
Yeah, but Paul, but
or
you're
be in
missing
the
my
Final
question.
Four.
You're missing
Your
my
question is, do you think that Calipari
shot up the
raised
expectations because he
No.
brought. Well, let me just ask you this: do you believe that Calipari brought higher caliber talent to the University of Kentucky, attracted a higher caliber of talent to the University of Kentucky than Pitino, Joe Hall, or Tubby Smith?
No, it's what I'm telling you.
Okay,
UK
well,
has always had
we can
good
always
players.
agree to disagree.
I mean, if you go back to Joby Hall, which is before my time, they had NBA players back then. What was the tall guy?
Paul,
that number?
you are
Hold on. Let me
you're
finish.
shifting the standard because I didn't ask you about the NBA players. You have had NBA players. I'm talking about attracting
you're
the
saying,
top 5 from the McDonald's All-Americans.
I remember.
All of a sudden, Calipari.
I remember when Rick Pitino was here, and they had top 5 talent and top 5 recruiting teams. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You
No,
think that
Paul, I'm not saying that they
Calipari
didn't.
came and all of a sudden they got top. They always got top recruits.
No.
Even when
I think
Denny
a little bit
Crum
more
was
than
going against-
Calipari. That's the only thing I'm saying. You and I are agreeing on most of this. I'm just saying that when Calipari came, it was not unusual to pick in the fall. I'm sorry, in the spring and in the summer. Turn on the news and turn on the sports, by the way, and the sportscaster would say there's another top recruit that has committed to the University of Kentucky. I'm not saying that Rick Pitino didn't
I
have
was gonna say,
him.
'cause
I'm
he
not saying
did.
that Tubby
But
Smith didn't have him.
I'm just
I'm
telling
not saying that
you.
Joby
Okay,
Hall didn't
Joe-
have him.
so, but-
They obviously had him
Hold on,
because
listen,
they won national
listen,
championships. All of those coaches.
Listen, Sean Kemp was supposed to come to the University of Kentucky before they got caught paying him, right? Sean Kemp decided to not go to Kentucky and became an NBA All-Star. Don't tell me that they didn't recruit top 5 recruits. Sean Elliott.
I didn't
also
say
was-
that, Paul.
I'm telling you.
I'm not saying that they didn't recruit him.
I'm telling you.
Yeah,
that
but you're
wrong.
misunderstanding what I'm saying.
I'm telling you that
you can. It's easy for you to say that I'm wrong because you're misunderstanding what I'm saying. What I'm saying is
I'm not
that
agreeing with you.
if you ask anybody except Paul Mullins,
If
if you can ask anybody except Paul Mullins,
Ask any
they will
UK
tell
fan.
you that Calipari was attracting at the University of Kentucky some of the top.
But what my point is
level-
that so were the other coaches.
Not as much as Calipari.
When you say not as much,
Not
what
as
does
much
that
as
mean?
Calipari.
All those other coaches had
No.
top talent, one NBA.
No, not
one
as much as
NCAA
Calipari.
tournament. All
Not
those
as much as
other,
Cal-
all those other coaches
All of
attracted top talent and won the tournament,
All of
which was UK's goal.
Yeah, all of Calipari's
They fired
teams.
Tubby Smith, who won a championship.
All of Calipari teams except one
didn't fire him, ran him
was
off.
preseason top 10. Anyway, we need to go to a commercial. Once we get back from this commercial, we're going to talk about, Paul's going to talk to us about what he called the misfits with Republicans. I'm Carl Price. It's Conscious Fever, co-hosted by Paul Mullins tonight as we argue here on Conscious Fever Radio, Nice Entertainment Television. We'll be right back.
It's the best of the best. It's the
in the court to declare him.
You are listening to Conscious Fever, hosted by Carl Price.
Did we change it? We didn't change it. Okay, hey, welcome back to Conscious Fever here on Ice Entertainment Television, Conscious Fever Radio. I am Carl Price, your host here on Ice Entertainment Television and Conscious Fever Radio. We're going to talk about the Biden impeachment scandal. Beside me, you're going to see this guy. His name is James Comer.
Yes.
Can you put him up there, producer? I think he's one of my image 2 or image 1. I think he's my image 2. Or maybe he's my image 1. No, here we go. Paul has got Jordan. That's Paul.
Yes.
Okay, so here we go. This is Comer. That's his last name. He's from Kentucky. I don't want to mention his first name. He's probably disappointed the University of Kentucky lost tonight. But he is truly, in my opinion, I got to say this to save a defamation suit, an idiot. He keeps chasing this ideal that he has enough evidence to impeach Joe Biden, our president, everybody's president in this nation, right? And the problem is that he keeps falling short. Remember, there was a guy that they said, was their star witness, and he's been indicted now by the U.S. Attorney's Office for lying to the FBI. And he admittedly has lied. He's told authorities that he told a lie. I don't know what's becoming of the Republican Party today, Paul, but I want to show y'all this video clip, and then Paul's going to comment on it after we show this video clip, because this is something that happened this week in the House of Representatives at one of these 1,000 or 1 million impeachment hearings for Joe Biden. Check this out.
And so I just think we should do it today. Let's just call for it. I'll make the motion, Mr. Chairman. I want to help you out. You can second it, right? Like, make the motion to impeach President Biden. Go ahead. It's your turn. You second it. No, nothing. Okay, we got nothing. So I want to, with my last couple minutes, show the American people that they're never going to impeach Joe Biden. It's never going to happen because they don't have the evidence. Okay, this is a show. It's all fake. They just want to do these hearings. It's not leading to impeachment. They're lying to their base on Newsmax and Fox, leading these people to believe that they're going to eventually impeach the president. It's not going to happen at all, ever.
Yeah.
Okay, Paul.
All right. So yeah, in that clip, what we have is I didn't see the representative's name. Did you see his name?
Moskowitz.
Okay, I can't even say his name, but he basically challenged them. They're in a committee. This is not the House floor. This is the committee.
You can't say his name.
Moskowitz.
Mascara.
No, it's not mascara. It's Moskowitz. So anyway, so he is basically challenging the Republicans in the committee to say, hey, look, are you going to impeach him? Go ahead, let's take a vote right now. They won't call for a vote because they know not only do they not have enough evidence to impeach Biden and they won't get there, but even if they did that and they took it to the House floor, even if the House floor decided they were going to impeach Biden, they know they'd never get it past the Senate. And what you have is you have a series of Republican representatives who are leaving Congress. They're leaving Congress because they know that this impeachment is BS and they don't want to be a part of it. So I forget his name. The one that was House Speaker and they ousted him. Who was the first guy?
From California.
Yes.
Mike.
When he left, he said that they were basically a clown show, and all they care about is impeaching the president, and they're never going to do it. And at the end of the day, I think people need to be aware of everything you hear about Biden, China, and all this stuff. They don't have any evidence whatsoever, and they actually have one of Trump's right-hand men, his name was Pavel or something, who testified that basically this is all a sham. We all knew this impeachment was a sham, but Trump told us to do it. That was said in Congress. And the point is that they don't want to impeach Biden. They just want to keep it in the news to make him look bad. That is shameful. That's shameful. And that's what it is in a nutshell at the end of the day.
So, I mean, where do we go from here in terms of these guys? I mean, they're not getting anything done in Congress. It appears that they are in the House, at least in the House, it appears that they are just simply chasing an agenda to impress Donald Trump. Maybe they want to be
That's all
his
it
VP
is.
candidate.
It's just like with the immigration bill. The immigration bill that they had Republicans in their own wings create, and they said, we won't vote for it because it's bad politics. It makes Biden look good. And so their whole goal is to make Biden look bad, and this is part of it. They know they don't have the evidence. They know they don't have a case. They might have something, and I'm not even conceding this, but let's say they do. They might have something against Hunter Biden, but even Fox News is saying, but you can't connect that to Joe Biden, his father. Okay, Hunter goes out and does some shady stuff. Tell us how you're connecting that to Joe Biden. Well, that's his son, so he must know everything that's going on. That's their evidence. Because his son is out doing some shady stuff, the father must know what's going on, and he must be a part of it.
Yeah.
That is so lame, and they know it's lame, but they don't want to take a vote to impeach, because then when he doesn't get impeached, or when everybody votes in committee, this is stupid, let's end it, then all the hearings end, and they can't say more bad things about Joe Biden. So they've been doing this it's been going on since...
For 2 years.
Yes.
For 2 years. Yes, been there for 2 years.
It's been longer than that. I think they opened this impeachment when Trump was in office in 2018, and they just keep it open to keep adding stuff. Can you imagine that? You've been investigating.
Oh, wait a minute. I don't think they opened it in 2018.
Oh, this was opened a long time ago when Trump was president. You think this?
Oh, you mean trying?
Yes.
But who were they trying to impeach? Because Trump was president. They weren't trying to impeach Biden.
They were trying to stop Biden as he was running for office. They knew he was going to be the. This opened up in 2018. Let me see.
Okay.
So
here's the thing. It seems to me that it is becoming more and more clear that it is going to be very difficult for Donald Trump to win the White House back.
Yeah.
He cannot secure money to post the bond. And for those of y'all who don't know, we're talking about a supersedis bond. That's what we call it in Kentucky. And what it really means is this. It's very simple. If I win a lawsuit against a company for $100 million, and the company believes that the judge made some mistakes during the trial, and the company wants to appeal it, the company has to pay into court in cash or in the form of a bond. It doesn't have to be in cash, best if it's in cash, but in the form of a bond, they have to put that money up and tell the court, listen, we have that money, not only the judgment amount, but the interest also. And they have to have that money paid into court. And when it's paid into court, then they can proceed with the appeal. And that's the situation in New York for Donald Trump right now. Donald Trump has to post what is generally referred to as an appeal bond. And when I call it a supersedis bond, it's actually an appeal bond. And the appeal bond is basically, is that mine? Okay. The appeal, I guess that's telling us that we're 40 seconds away from 10 o'clock. But anyway, it's an appeal bond. And if Donald Trump basically has to come up with about $500 million plus some, because it continues to grow interest at what, Paul? The rate of about $1 million a day?
Is it that much? Is it $1 million?
It's a lot, because the judgment was only 300 and some odd million.
Yeah.
Now it's all the way up to 454 million.
And he's got to get that money from somewhere, and the question becomes, where's he getting it from?
And everybody he's reached out to try to borrow the money. They're not lending him the money. And here's what's so crazy about this whole thing. I don't know what kind of idiots that he has around him. And maybe Donald Trump is just an idiot and he's just behaving like one. And because his lawyers don't want to contain him, they're allowing him to do this. Because the lawsuit in New York, people, was clearly about him falsifying the values of his real estate in the state of New York.
Right.
So why in the hell would you then go to a bonding company or an insurance company or a bank and say, we need a bond and we're going to use this real estate?
We're going to use Mar-a-Lago and we're going to overinflate its value on top of that.
Yep. Listen, we cannot make this up.
Right.
This stuff is real life.
I do have a correction. I said the prosecutors started investigating in 2018, but the committee started in January of 23.
Right.
That's still a long time to be trying to prosecute Hunter Biden.
It's a long time to be traveling through a forest and not finding any animals. If you're hungry and you're looking for deer meat, they would have starved by now. And this guy, Coomer, from Kentucky, he's Comer.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to call him Coomer, like Gomer Pyle. This Gomer Pyle from Kentucky, if I may be speaking my age when I say Gomer Pyle. You know who Gomer Pyle is?
Yes,
okay, he knows who Gomer Pyle is. You know who Gomer Pyle is, right, Paul? Well, that's what Comer is. Comer is a Gomer Pyle.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a Gomer Pyle, and they continue to do this. I wish we had some footage of Jasmine Crockett. You ever listen to her, Paul? She is a member of the House of Representatives from Texas.
Okay.
And not only is she gorgeous, but she is on fire. Don't you agree? She is on fire.
Y'all got a short picture.
Oh my God. Well, I mean, you talking about her beauty. She's got brains, is what I'm saying.
Yes.
Not surprising to us. She's got brains, but she is. I love seeing her. Okay, they're showing at Tournament Central. They're showing the score 80-76.
Well, we knew that.
So Reeves got 27 points. Dillingham only had 10 points. That's why they lost. Trey Mitchell, I think, may have been the white guy. Maybe
15
was 14 points.
15.
Oh, they're talking to
Calipari
Calipari now. Let's see what he has to say. He's going to say something political.
You know, what I hate is this team that really worked and did some good stuff. We didn't
Not tonight.
Great. They did.
Or in the SEC tournament.
Unbelievable shots. We
Yeah.
went to a boxing one. We foul him one time. He makes another one. But they shouldn't be in our team in the season defined by that game. But
Well, they will be.
Defined by that
Calipari,
game.
they will be.
And you will be too.
And you will be too.
It's first round exit.
You know,
You didn't do your
we had some
homework.
guys that didn't play the way they'd been playing all year.
Number 15.
We did
Yeah,
everything
Dillingham only got 10 points. You can't.
Be tough, but we miss shots. We don't miss.
Yeah.
And you know, the preparation. I thought they were in a
Again?
great, trying to keep them loose, but when the games.
But it comes down to defense. Kentucky couldn't play the defense that they needed to play. And I think it comes from inexperienced players.
This is never about you, but for what you put into this,
Always
how
about
long
me.
you've been
Uh-oh.
doing it, how
Here we
does
go.
a loss like this sit with you?
I told him after this one is painful, and the reason is.
You know, the reason is because you have some of the best players in the nation.
They didn't look like
what
them.
it is, and you know, but this team I really felt was built for this moment. Even
Apparently not, John Calipari.
that could catch us.
Apparently not.
But we had our chances, which is we threw the ball away. We did
Oh.
took a bad shot. You know, having trained. I mean, there were things that happened, and then we give up a corner three the last play. But you got to give Oakland credit.
Yeah, they played their butts off.
They made unbelievable.
You know, I think
shots.
these coaches come out there and say all of that. You know, Calipari's going to get his millions anyway.
Carl, at the end of the day, though, they had a player on their team who had like almost 10 3-pointers. He had 9 3-pointers.
Yeah, I
9
understand.
3-pointers.
I understand.
You don't expect that, and you're blocking him. You know, you're
but
got
when you
in front of him.
Right, but when Dillingham only gives you 10 points
well,
and Reeves
shot.
gives you 27, I mean,
He's shell
generally
shocked.
it is Dillingham 27 and Reeves like 20, or Dillingham 35 or 36 and Reeves like 25. So you know,
I think that's the major problem with at least what I'm seeing in basketball and coaching today is you got to teach kids how to stop the other team from scoring no matter what. It doesn't matter how many points you score. If you can't stop the other team from scoring, you know, that's what Louisville's problem was. We had games where we would score 90 points, but then you let the other team score 90 points. You've got to coach defense. And the hard part about coaching defense when you get freshman players is they got to adjust to the game. And when you have these players that are one-and-dones, two-and-dones, you don't get a chance to put a team together so that when you have, you know, in the old days, 5 seniors, just like no matter how bad of a talented team that is, they're going to play well because you got a lot of senior experience. You just don't get that anymore with these players saying, okay, give me my money and I'm going to the NBA. And I don't know about Oakland, but my money would be that they had some senior experience on their team. I don't know, though.
Yeah, I don't know either. But at the end of the day, what we do know is that they beat the University of Kentucky, a number 3 seed in the tournament. And the seed, you know, the tournament seeds are like polls, right? It's just opinions and that they take, and they're a little bit better than polls. But that's the problem, Paul. The problem is that when these teams like Oakland are playing all year, and they get an opportunity to see UK on TV way across the country all year, I think it's kind of detrimental. We're going to go to a quick break, and then we're going to come back and try to wrap up. Conscious Fever, Carl Price, Ice Entertainment Television. Be right back.
Hope they can't hear you.
No. I like that cut. I really like that cut. Anyway, I'm Carl Price. It's Conscious Fever here on Ice Entertainment Television, Conscious Fever Radio. I'm here with Paul Mullins, the co-host tonight. Anyway, he took me to the end screen. Are you trying to tell us it's time for us to go? I thought we were coming back and talking to Paul again.
Well,
producer said for what? Well, Paul's talking. He said for what?
Shut up.
He was just like, for what? What do we need to come back to Paul for?
It's not polite to talk off camera.
No, we're not. We're on camera.
Oh.
He just brought it back to the end screen, so I'm supposed to tell everybody goodbye because right beside me up here is the YouTube link, Conscious Fever. By the way, y'all can watch us on YouTube. And the Facebook link, Conscious Fever page, and then my name is right here. So this is where, and then it says, thank you for joining. See you next week. But Paul, let's talk about next week. I don't know if you saw this, but when you get home tonight, if you'll watch the news, you're going to see this. I talked with her today. Her name is, and I don't want to call her name. I'm just going to call her last name is M.U. Banks. She's, I think she's a teacher of some sort. I know she's an employee, professional employee at JCPS. Apparently, she had an illness and couldn't come to pick up a document that she needed, and they would not email it to her, nor would they mail it to her. So she had to come. She couldn't walk. There are pictures on Facebook, and oh yeah, man, it's crazy. Video. I want you to watch the news tonight, WHAS as well as WDRB, because I was texting her since Tuesday, and she was going to come on the show tonight. We were going to make it the story, but she says that she may join us next week and talk about this. But there are images of her actually crawling up the steps to get to to the Van Hoos Center out there on Newburgh Road, crawling up the steps to get that paper, and then somebody comes out. They don't even bring it to the car. They actually come out while she's on the steps and give it to her on her knees. Then she crawls back to her car.
I'm curious as to what document couldn't be mailed.
Oh, it's crazy. And so this was all over Facebook. I mean, I think that.
Yeah, but what document? I mean, they mail medical records.
I don't know.
Email medical records. I mean, what document could JCPS possibly have that is so secretive they couldn't mail it?
I don't know.
I would love to know.
I don't know, but this is something really interesting. So I want you to watch WDRB tonight, although they may come on at 10, so we may be missing it.
It's on right now.
And you want to watch WHAS, but if you got YouTube TV, you can go back and just replay it. But this is really mind-boggling. Although, and maybe we can talk to Ms. Eubanks next week if she in fact joins us. There were some questions that were asked on Facebook, which is like, okay, well, why couldn't the person that's filming you go get the paper and bring it to the car?
Doesn't matter.
Or who took you there, and why couldn't they get out of the car and walk up there?
Doesn't matter.
But she gets out, and she's not a small person. She gets out and she is crawling like an animal up those stairs at the Van Hoos Center to get that paper. Some guy comes out of the door, hands her the paper, and she crawls back down. So anyway, it's something interesting to talk about because I believe that it is. I believe that it was just crazy. Anyway, Paul,
I'm looking for this.
I'll give you the last word.
last word, people. Pay attention to what's going on in politics. Don't check
Please.
out. Don't check out because
Please.
that's what the forces of tyranny want you to do.
Yeah.
That's what Russia wants you to do. They want you to all to check out and say everybody's just like it. Biden's just like Trump. Trump ain't doing nothing no different from the Democrat. Don't check out on it. That's what they want you to believe.
Yeah, and I think that's a really, really good point because if y'all are just watching sports, I know it's March Madness and you're going to watch a lot of sports, but if you're just watching sports, let me remind you of something. You're missing a lot that's going on in Washington. I'm not going to call those individuals in Washington crazy, but I'm going to call them not normal. Because the normal politician would go to Washington, listen to what the people want, and do for the people. It's not a privileged position, even though a lot of these rich boys think it is. It's not a privileged position. So, but just like Paul is saying, you got to pay attention to what's going on. I mean, Donald Trump has made it very clear. If he gets back in the office, everybody who stormed the Capitol, he's going to pardon them, so they will be out of jail. They will feel like that they have all the freedom in the world to do this stuff again. Number one. Number two, he has said that he's going to take revenge on everybody he can. He said the first day. So there's going to be a lot of revenge. And right now in the United States Supreme Court, there is a question before the United States Supreme Court. Can this man do anything like kill somebody in broad daylight on Fifth Avenue in New York City and not get punished for it?
Like he said he could do. Like he said. So
yeah. So that's what's going on. So, while you're eating at your fancy restaurants, if you're in Atlanta, I know a lot of my brothers and sisters in Atlanta are dressing up and they're going out to clubs every weekend. While you're doing all of that, pay attention to this layer of this life and this society that we call politics. Because if these people in Washington and if Donald Trump is able to do all of this crazy stuff, where do you think we, as people, this color, really stand?
And again, remember that their goal is to make you think that whatever Donald Trump is doing, everybody else is doing too. That is a parlor trick to make you say, okay, well, I guess what Donald Trump is doing ain't so bad. It's a parlor trick at the end of the day.
Yeah. Anyway. All right, Paul, thank you for joining me again this week. We'll find something to talk about. If Ms. Eubanks joins us next week, it'll be interesting to talk about what I saw on the Facebook. And I'll show you the post when we go off the air. But anyway, I'm Carl Price. This is Conscious Fever here on Ice Entertainment Television, Conscious Fever Radio. The tip-off just started, by the way, of the North Carolina State and Texas Tech game. If North Carolina State wins this, Paul, I don't know what I'm going to do. Anyway, I'm Carl Price. I will see you next week.
All right, y'all.
You are listening to Conscious Fever, hosted by Carl Price on 97thebeatfm.com.
Follow me on Twitter at DJ Ice Louisville and on Instagram at DJ Ice_Louisville. For bookings, DJIcePrice1.com.
I was born by the river in a little tent. Like the river I've been running ever since. It's been a long time coming, but I know change gonna come. Oh, yes, it will. It's been too hard living, but I'm afraid to die. 'Cause I don't know what's up there beyond the sky. It's been a long time I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes, it is. Then I go to my brother. And I say, brother, help me please. But he wind up knocking me back down on the knee. Oh, there've been times that I thought I couldn't last for long. But now I think I'm able, Father, to carry on. And it's been a long time coming. But I know a change gonna come. Oh, yes it is. Yes it is. Yes it is. Said I know that a change is gonna come one day. I know a change gonna come. Yes it is. I know. Said life can be hard. Oh yeah. And times can get